Well, my job, to put it simply, is to take the plans of the curator, the wishes of the curator, and turn them into reality. And so what that means is I need to identify different woods and metals and plastics and fabrics and create layouts, all sorts of things with regard to sort of bringing the idea into real space. I take these nuggets of ideas sometimes. Sometimes a curator will come to you with a pretty holistic idea of exactly how they want it. And then other times there are bits and pieces, and then you need to stitch them together. And there's a lot of tiny little steps to get from that point to an installed exhibition. When I was very young, we lived in Washington, D.C., and we had one car, and my father worked downtown, and whenever my mother would have the car, we'd go downtown to pick him up. And so from a very, very early age, from day one basically, I had access to these world-class institutions. And some of my earliest memories are standing there, in the Air and Space Museum and looking at some of these spacecraft that landed on the moon. It just blew my mind as a kid. And so for all my life, really, I've just kind of, in some ways, been directing myself toward working in museums because those experiences are so thrilling to me that I want to kind of create experiences like that for other people. These peak experiences of understanding is the way I think about it. Easily, I think I've got the coolest job in town. And you've got a world-class university, you've got a world-class architect in this building that is just so dynamic, it's beyond words, a world-class collector and benefactor, access to world-class artists that are just hungering to put their work in this space. You take all these things and it's just a dream. It's the type of job that's hard to call a job, and I'm always thinking about that saying, you do what you love and you never work a day in your life. That's really the way I feel about this. It's so engaging, and I feel like I've got to just pinch myself.